What is up, YouTube? This is Zach with Dreamedia Home Theater, and today I got something really cool for you. Today we are going to be installing as well as putting together a 2.35 120-inch SI slate 1.2 fixed frame screen. If you aren't one of our subscribers already, make sure you smash that subscribe button down below and give me a big thumbs up. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, so this is the screen laid out. You can see, like I was explaining, very simple. We're going to take our brackets here and we're going to insert them right into these corners like this. Kind of hard to do with one hand, so I'm going to set the camera down and we'll go around and do it to all four corners. These are the little buttons, and basically they come pre-installed from SI, and we're just going to take these off, these little sticky deals, and we're going to scoot them down to the correct spot where the screen's going to line up. Okay guys, so the key here is whenever you're aligning these, you want to make sure, let me show you, that they're really nice and square. And I'm actually really particular about it because I've gone to do my alignment on the projector and it'll come out a little skewed. So I'll take the tape measure and just make sure from front to back and side to side that it lines up perfect so that you get a nice square image. Okay, so you can see we're already kind of along in this process. We have the brackets here installed. I actually have a full installation video of this entire project. If you aren't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you check that out. But this is going to be just about this screen here in particular. So we got the brackets on the corners. Everything's nice and square. We're going to go ahead and move out our buttons to the correct spot all the way down the screen. You just peel it off. And then just evenly space it for now. It doesn't need to be perfect because the next thing we're going to do is unwrap the screen and roll it out. Alright, so once we have all of our buttons laid out, we're now going to take the screen and unroll it. Okay. Oh, are we backwards? No, we're good. And I always recommend just to leave this underlayment underneath it because it's the screen fabric is the most important part and you don't want anything to get on it. So I typically just lift this up and put it underneath. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is go ahead and start buttoning everything down. I like to start in the corners so that it stretches evenly. So you're going to take corner pieces. And then you can start lining up all of your buttons. And then go to the other corner. Do the same thing. It's normal to have to put a little bit of pressure on it, so don't be intimidated. You don't want to rip the screen though, so you got to find that good balance. So since we're on this last corner and it's pretty tight, I'm going to go ahead and pull a little bit more here in the middle to help him out.
Okay.
Got it?
Yep.
So now the last step is just working your way outwards. So see how I just put a couple down here? We're gonna do a couple down there and then a couple in the middle and then evenly stretch the fabric. Okay, so you can see by using that method of just evenly stretching it, we're already getting all those wrinkles out. So now we can just work our way in either direction the rest of the way around the screen and we should be good. Okay, so that concludes the assembly, and I'll show you guys here shortly how you mount it to the wall. There you go. Okay, so to find out where we want to mount the screen on the wall, I'm going to go ahead and get a measure on it. I got 54 inches. So I'm going to take the, obviously we want it centered on the wall, so that's irrelevant. And we've already done these calculations whenever I was discussing it with the customer over the phone. But we're going to take the 54 inches, mark it out on the wall so we have an idea of exactly where this is going to land. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start figuring out where our studs are so that we can mount this screen to the wall. And I'm actually just going to use tape so that you guys can see it a little bit better on YouTube. We're going to take the stud finder and mark out where our studs are. You want pretty good disbursement, so spread them out to where it hangs nice and even. You don't want them too close or too close to the edge either to where it won't be able to grab on. So I'm thinking probably about right there and like right here. And then we got a 54-inch height. If you want to grab the tape measure and hold that up for me. So I already talked with the customer about this over the phone during the consultation and this whole build out. So I know it's going to need to be pretty close to the top in order for the center speaker and everything to clear it. I think we said there's going to be a 2-inch gap. So all the way up and then right there. So bring it down. Perfect. Okay, so this is going to be the top of the screen. This is going to be the bottom of the screen. And did you take a measure on the sides?
Yeah, it's 117.5.
Okay, so let's get a center measurement on the whole wall.
It's 163.
Okay, so 81.5.
Yeah.
81.5. This is the center of the screen, and then what'd you say the whole?
117.5.
117.
So it's 58.
9. Yeah, 58 and like.
And quarter.
Yeah, we'll just call it 59.
Yeah.
Right to the center of the tape. Okay, go to the other side.
I can do it from this side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went ahead and marked this out for you guys so that you can see exactly where the screen's going to be. Like I had guesstimated earlier, this stud and this stud is going to be optimal for the dispersion of the weight. So now we're going to measure out exactly where that bracket sits on the back of the screen so that we come down 2 inches from the top. Okay guys, we got our center speaker put together, our center speaker stand. We're gonna come set the center speaker here on top to get a realistic idea of exactly how high this bad boy is gonna be. Perfect. You can see at a very reasonable price point, you get a super nice finish. I like this stand. It looks really nice with this center speaker in particular, but you can use this on a lot of different center speakers. It's universal. So now we're gonna get our measurement. You wanna measure it out from the floor to the center speaker, and we're gonna get an idea of exactly where we can put our screen. We're at 25.5 really. So we'll put a piece of tape there on the wall at 25.5. Okay. So then let's measure from here to there. I guess it's kind of hard to see, but
5.5 here and 31, so it's 5.5.
5.5. So we're going to discuss with the customer real quick what he wants to do, because I know we were talking about over the phone when we were doing the build on this room about doing 2 inches down from the top, but with the extra space that we have left and right, I think we can bring it down a little bit because he's only doing 1 row of seating, and that way it splits the gap between the top and the bottom and it'll look really nice. We're gonna go talk to him right now. Okay, so we just talked with the customer and we decided instead of doing the 2 inches on the top, we're gonna split the gap and make it perfectly center between the top and the bottom. So we're gonna redo those measurements right now. Okay guys, so we're about to mount these brackets into the wall for the screen, and we just wanna make sure where we're mounting it is the best location, or in the exact location really. So we just wanna, on this screen, check to make sure that it's gonna line up. Like on the zero edge screens, there's like a 3¼ inch gap between where this mounts and the top of the screen, but this one, it just goes right into the top. So it's not that big of a deal. We're just gonna compensate for that extra little 1/4 inch right there whenever we go to mount it to the wall. But it's something to notate if you're gonna be very particular and get the exact measurement that you're going for. Okay guys, so we're gonna take our bracket, line it up right at the top of our measurement, and screw this bad boy right into the stud. And we need a level just to make sure that everything's lining up straight. I can stick the level right here on top. Perfect. And then what I like to do is just give yourself a little playing room here. By screwing it into the middle section, just so if you need to, you can move it just 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 inch up and down. Gives you a little bit of flexibility there. So let's get a measure on this guy. So we're right at 4 7/8 from the top. And we're gonna match that over here. So like in this situation, I'm at 4 3/4. So since I left that little area to move it, I can just unscrew it and scoot it down just a hair to match that side perfect. So we should be perfect now. We can go ahead and throw the screen up. So before we put the screen up, we're just doing a couple little finishing touches here, getting the plates put on the wall, just so that it looks really clean for the customer. We're gonna put them on down here for our front left and right as well. All right, we got all our plates on there, brackets mounted to the wall. Let's throw this bad boy up. you're in all the way. Trade me. There we go.
That's it? That was easy.
Very easy. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to check, guys, is we want to make sure that this screen is level across the top, and most importantly, honestly, the same distance left to right from the ceiling, because a lot of the time these houses, basements like this are not framed completely straight. So we're just going to check that out, make sure everything's centered up and looking good. This is a close-up of the screen. And one little side note, this is sold in a zero edge as well with the backlit LED kit. The fabric is key, guys. The fixed material, what we have here, is going to be your best value overall. You're getting the best material without paying the extra for the frame, but we do have the zero edge frame with the LED kit on it as well. So make sure to inquire about that whenever you're calling in, guys. All right, guys, that is the complete video of the assembly as well as the installation of this 120-inch Screen Innovation Slate 1.2 2.35 screen. I know that's a lot of information. If you guys are interested in purchasing this product, make sure you give us a call, shoot us an email. We'd be happy to answer all your questions. This screen is optimized for 4K as well as 8K, so you can marry this bad boy and keep it for years and years to come. Till next time, this is Zach with Dreamedia Home Theater. Thank you for watching.